real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiffs Eugene Worley and his wife Patricia say Eugene has a passion for his dogs, and he not only rubs his dog's feet, but even gets dates for his male dogs. Eugene is suing his neighbors because he claims their dogs came to his front door and mauled their small dog, nearly killing him. Defendants Jeffrey Clark and his wife Callie say Jeffrey has only spoken to Eugene 5 times, and he has always questioned whether or not he was under the influence. Jeffrey refuses to pay because he says there is no proof that his dogs attacked the plaintiff's dog.
Go ahead, start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I want to start by explaining my passion for my dogs. For years, I spent competing dogs all over the United States. I took them to the best motels, I guess you could say, gave them massages, rubbed their poor little feet, but there was robust hunting dogs.
Now, we don't go that far. We don't rub their feet, I don't think. At least I don't. I don't know about the other family members.
They were my gold medal athletes,
but
per
we
se.
do take the dogs, because every now and then I'm fortunate enough to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. So we do take our 2 dogs to the Ritz-Carlton, and they have their names on the bowls.
Oh, that's great.
And they have, what's the most expensive water? We don't even drink that. Perrier. And they have Perrier bottles sitting next to the food thing. So, did you get that from your hotel? For your dogs? Well, I take better care of my dogs.
I'd also get them dates for my males for stud services.
Okay, we don't go there. All right, you got me beat. You got me beat. All right, go ahead.
That's the passion of my dogs, and I was very successful at it. And I also believe I left part of my the character of who I am by what I accomplished in the breed. Although this is now a different type of breed, I competed Hungarian Vizslas. This is a miniature Yorkshire Terrier we're talking about. And on June 29th of this year, our neighbors' dogs, who quite frequently roam the area and the streets, came to our front door and literally mauled our small dog to where it needed, I mean, we didn't even know if it was going to survive. The vet didn't know if it was going to survive.
Let me allow them to respond, and then I'll get back to you. You all, who wants to speak first?
Yes, Your Honor. Eugene here, that they're around the neighborhood, we call him Gino. I've been home from the military since 2005, and I've probably only spoke with Gino less than 5 times during that time. The times that I have spoke with him, I've questioned if he was under the influence or not. But I do know that of the evening time,
That's not true.
that his...
Why did you question that?
Well, because any time that I've talked to him, it's not been like it's where we've been able to communicate like we're communicating with each other right now.
How has it been?
It's been, you know your dogs did it. You know your dogs did it right here. You know your dogs did it. Come to my house and you can see where my dogs did it.
How is that under the influence?
Well, in the evening time when his truck, he has to pass by my house, and his wife is always driving. I've not seen him driving his own truck.
So when his wife drives him, how does that equal him being under it? You're alleging the guy is a drunk or a drug addict, and I'm asking you to give me some basis for your allegations.
Okay, well, then...
Just because his wife drives him, and just because he's very upset, and he tells you, your dog bit my dog. You say, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. That doesn't equal drunk or high.
Right. And Your
His
Honor,
wife drives him around. He may not have a license.
I have my driver's license. She picks me up from work, and we live 10 minutes from where I work. And I come out of work, I get in the passenger side and say, please, take me home, baby.
Don't get mad because he has a good deal going.
Yeah, wish I had.
Yeah.
I've only spoken with Jeff once since the incident.
Go ahead. I'll let him continue.
Sir, well, first of all, the incident, I didn't hear about the incident until the 5th.
Excuse me. Now, sir, you do seem like you might take a nip now and then.
Yeah. Don't trust a man who doesn't.
All right, go ahead. So, Jeff, you might not be totally crazy. It's because his wife drives him, and just because he's very upset, and he tells you, your dog bit my dog. You say, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. That doesn't equal drunk or high.
Defendants Jeffrey Clark and his wife Callie are being sued by their neighbors, who claim Jeffrey and Callie's large dogs mauled their small dog.
Did you speak with them about it?
Yes, I did.
What did they say?
Well, at first, I tried to be very calm about it. I took the bill and the police report to their son, who we see at our local filling station. I said, just please give this to your dad. Well, we didn't hear anything, and this went on for about 2 weeks, so finally, my wife sent a registered letter, just with a copy of the police report and the vet bill, what it cost us, and just a small note asking if they would please reimburse us for this bill. I mean, they live approximately, let's say, 500 yards away from us. I have pictures up. I Googled our whole property.
You say your dog was a Yorkshire?
Yes, and I have pictures
what type of dogs do they have?
And the damage they did. The one was an Alaskan Malamute, and the other's an Australian herding dog. And I have pictures of them. That's an Alaskan Malamute, an Australian herding dog.
What did they ultimately tell you?
He called and said, I need a couple days to think about this. He said, I was on my roof that day. Why, I don't know why his roof was relevant. And we didn't hear anything for 2 weeks after that. On August 18th or 13th, he called again and said he don't believe his dogs did it and he's not paying it. And I have more pictures of our property, of his view.
Okay. Now, sir, you said he didn't approach you until when?
Your Honor, I first heard about the incident on the 5th of July when my son called me and said, Gino's dropped off an envelope here for you. And I said, well, just bring it home when you come home. He comes home at midnight, and I get the letter, and I felt that was inappropriate to contact Gino at midnight of the 5th. So on the morning of the 6th, I tried calling, and I kept getting a busy signal. To which I talked with my wife, Callie, and I said, you know, let's wait and see what's going on here. We're going to talk to him sometime. Well, then the next thing we know, we get a certified letter in the mail around the 30th of July. And I have copies of these also. The first letter, this is the first letter that he dropped off with my son. And then this is the second letter that came in the mail, certified mail. And it's pretty much the exact same except for the handwritten letter that was added to the certified copy. And so on the 31st, I called, and I called Gino, and he said, your dogs did it. You know they did it. Come up here, and I'll show you where they did where they did this attack on my dog. And I said, well, Gino, I don't know if my dogs did that or not. I need to think about this for a few days.
Why didn't you go and look?
Well, we're over a month from the time period of when it would have happened.
No, but it was an easy way to dispose of it one way or the other. You go and look. He says, come look. Your dog injured mine pretty severely, and you have big, giant dogs. Did you ever go?
No, sir, I didn't. We've been neighbors since I came. Like I say, since I returned from the military, we've been neighbors. We've not.
But he asked you to come, so why didn't you?
I didn't feel it was appropriate to come up there at the time. I knew, but the reason why is because the morning of, if you look at the record of temperatures in Kentucky during that time, it was 104 to 105 degrees by the afternoon time. I was doing roof work on a back shed that I have. I even asked him that night on the phone. I said, Gino, why did you wait 6 days after the incident before you dropped a letter off to my child at his place of employment? And he says, I didn't feel it was to be appropriate to stop at your house.
That's not true.
That's not true. We did not wait 6 days.
We tried.
We waited till
him.
Monday morning to see if the dog was even going to survive.
Exactly.
We did not know. The vet did not know. I did not want to rush to judgment.
And you didn't know how much it cost yet because
we
the
didn't even have a
treatment
clue
had not ended.
of what it was going to be. And I did being neighbors and trying to be neighborly, even though he thinks I take the nip. I tried to be decent. It's something
I said, I accuse you of that.
He knows me so well. He flat out admits how much he's talked to me. He doesn't have a clue of my character. We gave a copy of the bill and the police report to his son, Casey, which he's told you that, which was on Tuesday, which was...
It was the 5th of July.
Yes, that was... We did not get the dog back until the 5th of July, whether he was going to live or not.
But you
and
drive
that's
by
what
our
we
house
gave it
every
to
day. Why
Casey.
didn't you stop and say,
We
hey,
went
our dog
home.
is in the vet?
Kelly, you guys weren't there.
So we were
Exactly.
gone 24 hours a day for those few days.
All right, but ultimately you were contacted, and my point was you didn't go and check after he alleged that he believed your dogs did it. You didn't believe your dogs did it. He said, come check and I'll prove it to you, but you didn't.
Being neighbors and trying to be neighborly, even though he thinks I take the nip, I tried to be decent. It's something
I said, I accuse you of that.
Defendants Jeffrey Clark and his wife Callie are being sued by their neighbors, who claim Jeffrey and Callie's large dogs mauled their small dog.
Why didn't you go and disprove what he was alleging? It was easy. Just go take a trip. You don't end up in my court.
Well, sir, actually, I live where I live because I don't want to be bothered by anybody, and I believe.
So you're bothered today.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, you're being bothered.
But I haven't.
To the tune of $2,500.
Yeah, and Your Honor.
You're right, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
What's your defense, sir?
My defense is I've got pictures here to show that I have a fenced-in yard with gate, and that my wife and I both. She works home health, and she was home that morning because she hadn't started seeing her patient caseload, and our phone rang that morning at 7:15, and I had been out on the roof since 6:30 that morning when I got up because of.
Sir, how high can these dogs jump?
My dogs don't jump.
Your dogs don't know how to jump. 2,500 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I wanted to stay neighborly. And you want to attack my character? I wasn't even a witness. My daughter was. You wanted to call my daughter the liar. She wouldn't lie about it, Jeff. She's not going to blame somebody else's dogs for what you did. Your dogs did. We have pictures of your dogs at our yard, in our yard, and you know that.
I don't know that. I didn't see those pictures.
We have them. Would you like to see them?
I have a report from the dog warden that shows where they had to come to your house and remove a dog from your address
We
after
asked
the
them
incident.
to.